Shalom, shalom, chareem. I'm Steve Benoon. You're watching Israeli News Live. And gosh, you guys are already here waiting and ready to go. So anyway, listen, it's exciting to have Pastor Paul Begley here with me.
It's awesome to be here.
Guys, I tell you what, tremendous conference here. Of course, we were in Cincinnati, Ohio. Did I get that right?
Yeah, we were.
Last time I said Cleveland, and my wife says,
No,
"What did you say?"
We were in Cincinnati.
All right, Cincinnati, Ohio, and we're going to talk about the conference in just a few minutes here because I really think this is something you guys are going to want to know more about. This conference here, the things that were said, very important information, and. Something else. So I got to throw in there before we talk about some interesting things on the news. That I'm sitting here just a few moments ago here, and Brother Paul had up some of the pictures there when you were in India.
Yeah.
You know, that's your second trip to India, right?
It is. I went in 1997 and went back again in 2018.
Now, let me ask you a question. You know when you're going to India, it's not going to be very good.
I know it's not going to be good. I know it's going to be hard, very low. Physically brutal.
You get sick every time you go?
Sick every time. The food is off, just be honest, it's really rough.
Yes, okay? It's hard. And especially for when you're doing missionary work. But the thing is, and because I remember when you told me you were going, you had made that dedication, you're going no matter what.
Yeah.
And I knew you got sick from the time you went before.
I did. In 1997, I was a younger man too. I was 30, whatever I was. It was 21 years ago. So, and I come back and I was ill for 3 days. I lost 14 pounds. It's very difficult. So I knew when I went this time, that's part of the reason I dreaded it. I wanted to minister to the people.
Exactly.
But I also knew the physical toll that it was, and I'm not as young as I was, okay, Steve?
Exactly.
And it was tough.
I bring this out. Brother Paul doesn't even know what I'm up to here, but I'll make sure we've got our audio here good enough as well. But I bring this out, Pastor Paul, because to me it speaks of the dedication. You know, so many people, they don't know the Pastor Paul Begley that I know, that you have a dedication for the souls, for the lost.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about you.
Yeah.
And I know Sister Heidi's the same way, and that's what matters, guys. I mean, we can talk about news all day long. We can talk about prophecy all day long. But when it comes to the end of the day, if souls are not being won for the kingdom, because Jesus gives a parable about he gives so many talents to each one, and the guy that buried it didn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
This is the one that he wasn't pleased with. But the one that does something about it to try to win souls for the kingdom, that's what matters, and that's what. Everything that we do, that's what matters the most right now. And so, all right, I won't stay on my soapbox about that, but that's just something that just touched my heart, and I wanted to share that with you guys there as well. And so, listen, today as I was coming over here with Brother Paul, we were doing a broadcast with him here on tell them the name of the website, Brother Paul. I know it's Paul Begley.
Prophecy.com.
Prophecy.com. I know the website's that, but the YouTube channel is
it's Paul Begley 34,
Paul Begley,
I think.
34, okay. I always forget the number part in there.
That's all right.
So anyway, we were there today, and then, of course, a lot of news is breaking. And,
wow.
And I didn't even know it. You called me up before I even got here, and you were telling me that, did you know, Steve, that there are 7 tankers, ended up being nine tankers on fire out there in the Gulf there near Iran. It was the United Arab Emirates where the tankers were on fire there.
Right.
And, of course, we're discussing this, what's happening. Can you talk a little bit about the information you got on this?
Yeah, the information I got was, look, there's these tankers are on fire. First they said there were 4 that were sabotaged, but then it was 7 to 10. We found out now during the broadcast that it was 9 tankers on fire. That there's conflicting reports. Some reports are that that small ships or boats or something came off the coast of Yemen. That's not even being reported, what I'm going to tell you there. But there's reports that somebody attacked these ships and caught them on fire, but that American and French warplanes were seen flying over top of that area. Okay, there's some reports out of Israel reporting that it had to be Iran or one of their proxies. And then I saw there was reports from Sputnik and from Lebanese media saying that, look, all they know is that American and French planes were flying over. So these are the reports that are right now, and there's been no word out of the Pentagon, no word out of the White House
Right.
on what is going on here. And I have a source that out of Texas who actually has a source in Washington. We call it word on the street because we don't want to give any of those people's name. And he said, look, we got a problem here. He said the reports they got was small boats came off the coast of Yemen and attacked those. Was that the Houthi rebels from Iran, or was it some kind of false flag? I don't know the answer to that.
Right. Well, the reason why I say this, and you guys that are listening in tonight right now, that were on the broadcast just the other day when I shared with you the email from the source that we have, the Iranian source, that put Bolton, John Bolton. Now he didn't say John Bolton was responsible for it, but he says that the people, and I forget the name because I don't have that in front of me, that email in front of me right now, but it put the names of that group that John Bolton has been very close in close contact with, said that they had been caught by the Iranian government purchasing these speedboats to line them with explosives and then use it for some type of attack on the ships there in the Gulf region there, in order to blame that on Iran to get the United States started in a war. You guys that know that this was there, you're watching live, give us a thumbs up. Let us know that you remember that.
So you was reporting that before this ever happened.
We were reporting it, Pastor Paul, and I showed the people the timestamp on the email 12 hours before they even announced that the U.S. warships were going to that region of the world.
Wow.
They had not even announced the warships were going. Now, I didn't report it exactly 12 hours, but on the email you can see so you got the thumbs up going up everywhere. It shows in the email the exact time. He sent it to me like at 2 o'clock in the morning, and he sent me, we have a certain way we communicate. You let me know this is going on. They're going to do a false flag, and that's what's happening. And yeah, everybody giving the thumbs up. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to thumbs up the video as well. Like Pastor Paul says, the algorithms. We got to drive
crazy.
All these guys crazy out here because they don't like it.
No.
But anyway, all right. That's the main breaking news that's going on right now. Very serious situation, though, in the Middle East there. We hate war no matter where it happens. We don't want to see war taking place out there. But again, we realize it's just a fluid situation. Let's get the situation, Pastor Paul, and just briefly for the people that are listening, because my phone battery I know is not going to last long. I keep saying it's giving me down to about 10 minutes left on here,
okay,
or 10%. I don't know how long 10% lasts. But the conference here, you had 4 speakers, including yourself.
Yeah.
We had John Moore. He was going to remain anonymous on this.
He was going to remain anonymous, and he didn't, and obviously he did not want it recorded. Okay. We did get finally permission from him to go ahead and make it available for people, and it's on our website right now. So we did get to do that. All right, because the information that John Moore's bringing is information where he, in 1979, was setting an intelligence briefing of the Army in which they called in all these top Army brass to explain to them Planet X and why they were going to be moving Langley to Denver. He's sitting in on the meeting.
Exactly. And you can understand why. I mean, because it's not so much saying that it's whistleblowing, but it's a form of whistleblowing. He's exposing what the government was doing back then.
And what it knows.
Exactly. Yeah, and that this is all being covered up. And I met John, we actually spent a little bit of time together privately. Very interesting man. And he's the real McCoy.
He's the real deal. Yes, you know that. Yeah.
And then, of course, the different information that was spoken about this, I really believe, Pastor Paul, that this is not a joke. This is not just some kind of passing fling, as you will. But the information, and I'm not here, you guys know how I am. I don't promote things lightly. I really think, though, that if you want to know what was said in this conference, especially because I don't have a memory. My wife will tell you when I try to remember something, I can never remember. So I won't be able to tell you verbatim what the people said there. We also had Clyde
Lewis.
Clyde Lewis was there as well. Some very interesting things that Clyde brought out that I thought, especially going back into historical data, speaking about this planet. You did an amazing job on prophecy.
Wow.
Really, I thought it was an amazing job. You brought out some things that I had not thought about before when it comes to the possibility of the scenario of this planet X having a great
fulfilling biblical prophecy.
Yes.
Whether it be from Isaiah 24 or in the Gospels where Jesus in Matthew 24, Mark 13, Luke 21, and on into Revelation. There's absolute events that are going to happen, and you have to ask, when it says the heavens are going to be shaking, well, what in the world shakes the heavens?
Exactly.
What causes brimstone and asteroids and meteorites, and what causes radiation and wormwood and a third of the ocean destroyed, and so there has to be, and there's people on this planet when this is going on, and I'm not sure I'm not sure if we're talking about the wrath of God or if we're talking about what's leading up to the wrath of God.
Right.
But there's some things going to be happening, but shocking as you brought out from the green file. Okay, I got right over here from the green file from the NASA scientist and all the astronomer and all the information. Incredible info.
Yes.
But you brought out some important dates of things that's projected to happen. It's we got to be serious about.
Well, yeah, one of the things we spoke about on there is that, and I forget the exact date on there, but in 2021, something about a collision with Jupiter and the debris field hitting the Earth.
March 28th.
March 28th. Okay, thank you.
But it's not just March 28th, 2021.
No.
It's Passover.
And that was something that was
Palm
amazing.
Sunday. We didn't even know that.
Somebody sitting in on Brother Paul's show, Heidi confirmed it for us. And having no idea this was on there.
I mean that's okay. Remember the Revelation 12 sign?
Yes.
Okay. Remember the 4 blood moon tetrads, all on Passovers or Feast of Tabernacles? Okay. Why is it that in Revelation or in Genesis 1:14 the Lord said, "For I made the moon, the sun, and the moon, the stars for signs and seasons, for days and years."
Yes.
Signs would be prophetic signs. So there's events that are happening that are prophetically put in motion by God. It's not an accident.
No, it's not. And listen, guys, it's time to get down serious to biblical teaching and stuff as well. I've been kind of shirking that responsibility. We've got to get back into the Bible, look at these things more seriously, things that are going on, because we're living in a very late hour. And I can't stress that enough. And another thing I ran across too, also, Brother Paul, we were getting ready to share some information on your broadcast there. And the next thing I know, NASA scientists, private telephone numbers, email addresses are on this documentation. And I mean, I'm not interested in disclosing people's personal email addresses and things like that. So that was provocative. So
I
realized
proves where the information came from.
Yes. Or the connection.
And we need to maybe contact some of these
brother.
folks and talk
Exactly.
if we can.
And let me just say this about the brother, because he may be listening tonight. Brother, I do want to thank you, because you said to me you wanted to get this out to the people, and I wished I had the brains that you did. And if you ever want to come on, listen, you're not going to bore people, put anybody to sleep. Come on, and love to have you on and talk about it. If you want to remain anonymous, just want to do it audio, something like that, to where we can make head or tails out of this, because I'm finding files in here all the time.
Like Mike from around the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
He doesn't have. This man does not have to show his face.
Yes.
You could do it.
Hey, I worked with the CIA and how to alter your voice too, so we won't go into that, but we know how to do that too.
Okay.
So. But seriously, it's late, guys. Listen, I know we're probably out of time on battery life here and everything. We're going to be back in the saddle. We're flying back home Tuesday morning. We'll be doing another short broadcast probably tomorrow night with you guys. But come Tuesday, we'll be back home. Be leaving out really early anyway. So Tuesday night, be back in the saddle. Get to talk to you guys about a lot of things that are going on. Pray for us. Go check this out. Check out Brother Paul's website there. Go to paulbegleyprophecy.com, and you can order. It's a DVD set that's available there on Brother Paul's website there. Has all four. It'll be 4 DVDs in there.
It's called The Heavens Are Shaking.
Heavens Are Shaking.
It's Stephen's presentation from information you got from here. Plus, get all 4 of them. Get all the presentations.
Yes,
They'll
absolutely.
love it, won't they?
So check it out. I think you'll really appreciate that. We love you guys. Thank you for watching, and shalom, shalom, and
Shalom,
blessings to all
shalom.
of you guys.